What's going on, world? What's happening? I was a little delayed right there, but this is still Cam, and this is still the Real Resilience Talk podcast. This is going to be episode 70-something. I done lost count. I got a few in editing. I'm getting back. But anyway, long story short, man, this show is all made in the spirit of what Dr. Maya Angelou said. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, shut the... No, she said change your attitude, right? And it's also inspired by and sponsored by the First Amendment. Because we defend it, we shall expend it. So that's being said, you might hear some bad words on this show, but I promise you'll hear some good words as well. Also, I want to say this is no reflection of the Dow Jones or the Dow Department of War. This is card-carrying American citizens expressing their truths. So the only expression this is of or endorsement from is our own freaking mouths. So don't try to get nobody canceled. And don't try to sue me neither, because neither one of us are doctors, but we are real. And we are here to try to talk about real shit, because that's how we're going to ever get anywhere in this world, is if we be honest and real. Not no cookie cutter PowerPoint, pretty ass sanitized language, but being fucking real. And I'm tired of fucking losing people. So I guarantee you today, with the guests we have, you're going to hear some really good shit. You're going to hear some really good advice. Hey, maybe it's not for you. Maybe you go, you scoff at it, or you roll your eyes like all you did on the other episodes I've done. That's fine. That's fair. But what if what he's saying or I'm saying is for someone that you love or lead, or maybe both? Leader. All right, so with that said, my man Kevin Gartland. Kevin Gartland is here. Look at him just all Irished out over here. Look at this.
He's just show my tattoo.
Okay. But yeah, on this episode, we got the one, the only, the great Kevin Gartland, a fellow comedian and just a man of just wisdom and a good friend. And brother, how you doing today?
I'm just glad to be here. It's a beautiful Thursday. We're getting ready for the holiday season. That's good news and bad news, but we're heading.
Truth.
I tell you what, if the Native Americans had closed their blinds like I did on Halloween and pretended we weren't there, geez, what would have happened?
Again, y'all, this is a comedian, and this is a very wise man. No, you're a good-ass comedian. Whenever I'm at a mic, man, and this guy, they call his name or I see he's in the shoot, I'm like, all right. Because when I go to this shit, I don't go to just perform. I go to be a fan. I'm a fanboy, and this is one of the ones I get fanboyed for. Thank you for that payment, sir. I take Venmo. This is 2025. What's up? No, I'm just playing. But seriously, man, hilarious, man, and y'all going to learn more about him. But out the gate, brother, out the gate, I just got to ask you, as I ask every guest that comes on this show, the word resilience. What is resilience to you, my friend?
Getting up one last time and thinking that it's the last time. We go through life, episode to episode, round to round. And some days we find ourselves like Mike Tyson in Tokyo, and the world is Buster Douglas, and we're on our knees and just looking for our mouthpiece instinctually. And we got no teeth to put in the mouth. So,
Damn. That's, come on now. What more can you say right there, y'all?
Oh, I got plenty, but
I'm saying as far as the definition,
I understand.
But I always
that
ask,
was a hypothetical question. See, normally when I'm at a microphone, this is either a deposition or a sentencing. So I'm from the Bronx, and in the old days in the neighborhood, there were only a few reasons to wear a suit. It was for wakes, for weddings, either yours or someone else's.
Right.
It was for a job interview. But the most important time you ever put on a suit just brought 5 words to mind. Will the defendant please rise?
You're in here, y'all.
I don't like wearing suits. So my paternity suits, but they're very old and they don't fit anymore, realistically. Listen, I'm 72. You can look at my face and know that I lived a hard life, and that some people that punched me were lefties, and I was looking for the right. Boy, that's always a rude awakening when you see something. No, but
southpaw trick right there.
I'll give you the little skinny there. I'm 72. I grew up in the Bronx, moved to Virginia in 1983. Worked a number of jobs. I was working for the Veterans Administration for the government in the Bronx. Moved down to Virginia. Was in the government for a number of years, and then I had a sort of a wayward path, more so than my eternal wayward path. and had an issue with substance abuse, and was addicted to crack, and tried to kill myself and couldn't do that. And I was brought to the Psychiatric Institute of Washington on Wisconsin Avenue up by Tenley. And I had the intake interview, and they asked me, have you ever, did you ever, this. I got, 100% and all the bonus questions right. And at the Psychiatric Institute of Washington, they just put it right out there. It's not Crossroads or this or that, where they try to, sugarcoat it. I was at the Psychiatric Institute of Washington. I mean, you can call it PIW all you want, and you can get real things. But I was in the nut bin, and they asked me these questions about my past usage. And like I said, I got 100% and all the bonus questions right. And they told me, you're in the right place, but you're on the wrong floor.
Mm.
And they put me in a 30-day inpatient rehab program. And, I didn't think I had a problem with alcohol until I was broke.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I worked in the food service industry part-time, even before I was a government worker. I done a lot of odd jobs. My CV looks like oy vey, but it was an interesting time. I managed to, I don't know, I guess over the years, not slippage, but they talk about California sober, and I that's a ridiculous kind of statement. I prefer to describe myself as a Rastafarian Buddhist.
A Rastafarian Buddhist. Y'all heard it here.
That whole Buddhist thing, without the substance, not so much. I mean, even the Catholics had wine.
What's so Cali? Oh, Cali sober. I get it. So you don't drink, but you smoke bud.
That I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Yeah. So that's what Cali sober means. I'm just learning.
That's what, I don't know. That's what they're saying. I mean, it's probably something that was invented on the fly with a parole officer. But I'm California sober.
Yeah, nah. Hey,
are you going to eat those potato chips?
No, that's so clean off everything else, like zero alcohol, zero. Obviously, you said crack and everything else. No more of that. No mas.
It brought me to my knees, and at that point in my life, I had a plan, had written a note, and had left my house never to return, and I couldn't even do that right. So, some people look back on things and they say I was such a failure I couldn't even kill myself. No, that was the beginning of my success.
Ooh, that was the beginning of my success. That's just deep, man. First, thank you. For real, for being on the show, but also for sharing and being like, I really do believe what Brene Brown talks about, like this courage and the vulnerability is a sign of courage, because there's people listening right now that are like, what? And they, honestly, you said it's the first day of your success. I know you to be a successful man. Just you being the grandfather, the father, the friend, the comedian, like that wouldn't have happened if you'd have made that decision. No?
Yeah. Now, success is ironically is based individually. Success it comes from core values.
Yeah.
And that comes from family, and that comes from tradition. We can't be unrealistic and think that we're not struggling, and of course money doesn't buy happiness, but it improves the nature of your unhappiness. It just people are struggling to make the decision, am I going to eat cat food or get generic drugs from Mexico?
That's real.
And it's a tough decision. So
was anything like when you went to that, the episode of potentially taking your own life, was there anything specifically that kept you going? I mean, obviously you did, and you're grateful for it now, but like, was there anything?
Well, I had picked out a spot on the GW Parkway up there by Fort Marcy. And, there's very small fences that go right down the overlook into the Potomac. And I was working. What you managed to do when you were in pursuit of something above all else, whether it be drugs, whether it be success, whether it be this or that, the tunnel vision that exists And the planning, the work that's involved in coming up with a plan, getting it, this and that. I'm telling you, probably not active junkies, but people that are no longer using are perfect logistical people and finance people.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind putting them in charge of a project as long as they empty their pockets on the way home every afternoon. But,
Yeah.
it is a full-time job to do. And I was tired. Everyone thinks that they're better off. And sometimes the ultimate uh, example of selfishness is based on the desire of selflessness.
Ooh.
And saying, I'd be better off, you'd be better off, the world would be better off without me. And, when we look at where people are coming from, all we can do is observe. It's like a movie, but it is a movie from the 20s. It's not a talkie, and it's grainy, and you can't follow along. But the clarity that comes now is based on what is the definition of success. I used to think that success, was a car and the trappings. And believe me, my car's making more noise than a reggae band. But it works. It's mine.
Yeah.
My legacy is going to be my kids, my grandkids, my family, and the people that I've met and come in contact with. I like to laugh. I love to laugh.
Yeah.
I've always been a funny guy. Funny how? But yeah, that's
funny like what? Like
that's
a clown?
part of my when ironically, when I look at the movie Goodfellas and they talk about funny how.
Yeah.
Back in the
you can move the mic if you want to and like lean up if you want.
What if I don't want to?
All right, fuck it then. All right, never mind. Then I was just offering.
Control issues. You think, folks?
I mean, maybe a people pleaser, but whatever.
Hey, well, we'll be back after this short break. Please me.
Like some Goodfellas.
Yes.
I'm gonna look at the papers. Get the papers.
So, 1975. I'm bartending in the Bronx, and it's a bar called Nameless at this point, but it was a mob hangout, and wise guys would come in there. And to me, with the being a poster boy for ADD, a bartender was made for me, because you get a chance to talk, to flirt, to do this, to do that, to go on. You're never standing still. So it was ideal. And this guy, Vinny, and that I'm not making it up. I'm not giving you his last name, but in fact, ironically, years later in Rockland County, New York, he was the head of the Republican Party. I'll just leave it at that. But I try to avoid politics. Ever since the first time I voted, it was like I had to flip a farthing to see if I was going to vote for the know nothings or the Whigs. But it landed on its side, and I went Bull
fucking
Moose.
Whigs.
And I went Bull Moose. Well, actually, a Whig party would have been a good thing for me. So I'm bartending at this place, and the guy says to me, truly, you're pretty funny. I enjoy it. Would you like to come work for me? He needed a chauffeur. And of course, he didn't want to hire me, as a chauffeur for a mobster. So he also had several holdings in the area, including a bingo hall. So he listed me on the books as a bingo hall manager. And I would drive him. He didn't like to sit in the back seat. We had a 1975 Eldorado, the two-tone with the pleather roof, and I mean, it was just it was a land boat, one of the few, and so I would drive him to here and there and everywhere. I sat in 1975, 76. Distance between me and you from Frank Sinatra at the Westchester Premier Theater.
You did while driving?
Yes.
Wow.
I never could go anywhere because I was Irish and unreliable. Probably more. Well, I mean that's redundant, but I took the job and it was. I was 22 years old. It was a magnificent opportunity to base. It was cosplay, with mobsters back in the 70s. And then I would one of my jobs was to take his mom to the market on Saturdays. You got to get the broccoli rabe, you got to get all this and that. And I was playing ball at the time. I didn't play ball in high school because I worked.
Yeah.
I played money leagues that we got together, and winning team $50 a man, losing gets shack shit. So there was no participation trophy. So those games were
no participation trophy. You heard that?
Things were rather intense, and I made the mistake after working them for a year and change. I said, because I was playing football and I was playing men's league fast pitch, bunting and stealing softball, which is as close to baseball as you could get and still not play 9 innings. And I said to the guys, Vinny, do you think I might be able to take your mom to the market on Fridays? I mean, you would think that I had said that, hey, mom's got nice tits. But he said, what do you want to do? You want to work for me or you want to play ball? That's a loaded question. When you get an either or from the mob, let's go with the either before you get the ether. So
the either or the either.
I told them, I got a choice. He said, yeah. I said, I'd like to play ball. He says, well, good. I'm laying you off. Business is slow at the bingo hall. I want you to go collect unemployment. And just to prove there's no hard feelings, I'll let you keep half of your weekly unemployment check. You kick the other half back to me.
Ooh.
Meanwhile, I had been bartending off the books anyway, so it didn't change my employment status. That's like when I finally went legit and you find out that, I'm 72 now, with Social Security, you have to have these quarters and you have to put things. A lot of the stuff that I've done in my life didn't qualify for.
Right.
The Myers-Briggs didn't tell you anything about pretending to manage a bingo hall when you're driving around committing crimes. But, I did that, and this was in 1976, and the economy was bad. The same as it ever was. But they were blaming Jimmy Carter at the time, and God bless him. Sometimes it's the Peter principle. You rise to your level of incompetence. I don't think there's ever been a more decent human being as a man subsequent to his presidency.
Yeah, that's true.
He the Habitat for Humanity.
It's a good man.
And things like that. But, I also had a friend of mine that his father was a Secret Service agent at the White House, and he said that Jimmy Carter was the biggest prick he ever met in his life. So,
there's that.
Believe what you want, and, half of what you see, half of what you read, and none of what you remember. Yes. Every day is a unique opportunity to ignore the past, rush past the present, and pray for the future.
Yes.
So that's pretty much it. But that's Washington. Yeah. So, besides, as it turns out, the economy was bad. I collected unemployment, and it was $80 a week, but that, it was like 40 for me, 40 for him. I collected for 65 weeks. But the crazy thing is, you had to go every week to the unemployment office and show that you were trying to look for work.
Right.
Well, I'm so old, there was payphones back in the day. And those payphones actually had yellow pages. And
inside
you
and right
you could always tell the guys in the neighborhood what their job was. Because if they were an unemployed electrician, you went to the E in the yellow pages, and all the electrician pages were gone. Because they wrote down the names, the addresses, the phone numbers, and submitted that and said, that's where I was looking for a job. I didn't have any such worry because there really wasn't a big demand for bingo. You know, every employment thing has a 793.5. This was 000.1. So, you know, I was good. I dealt blackjack in an after hours club. I cast a large shadow over the shadow economy.
Yeah.
And it was fun, but
you are a tall fuck, so that makes sense.
No, food service industry. I bartended up in New York. I bartended when I moved down here to Virginia. I worked at the Old Ebbitt Grill down in D.C. Bartended and managed at the Tombs down at the Tombs. Sound like Schwarzenegger. The Tombs down in Georgia.
Like Tombs like double O or like Tombs like MBS?
T-O-M-B-S.
I don't know. I'm not DC.
That's right. I know. I mean, you know, you can get that ankle monitor off and you can go across the bridge. Listen, believe
it's true,
me.
It's true.
When they say we're jamming, it's more than Marley. You can jam a signal.
Jam a signal.
I mean, you would have sworn the guys in my neighborhood were golfers, even though they weren't, because, you know, people that golf and they got those little golfers' tans with them little mini socks that they wear, you know, like the mini socks that you wear and stuff. You know, was... yeah, where were we?
I don't know, but you're a cool fuck. He just flashed his foot, his giant fucking foot, and this man's 72 years old rocking Jordans. I'm just saying.
Well, not only are these
gangster,
Jordans, but these are a very special.
Fucking slip on.
Jordan golf. They're a slip on, and they're absolutely magnificent because I'm old. I can't bend down, and Velcro ain't cool. So
there it is.
That's the story.
There it is. Nah, I love it.
That's that. I got the 40 acres. I didn't get 40 acres, but I got the mules.
There it is. You got the mules right there. Yeah. No, that's deep, man. That's deep. And then so the whole, you know, struggle with substances and stuff like that came when you came to Virginia. Is that right?
No.
It was just lingering.
Listen, I tell you what, alcoholism doesn't run in our family. It gallops. And you know, and I don't know if it's because the Irish are poets or this or that, or if there's a hidden chromosome, or actually what it is in the wintertime, there's like 16, 17, 19 hours of darkness.
Yeah.
It's a depressing place. You look at people up in the north there, you know, the Scandinavian people drink a lot. Polish people, Russian people drink a lot. The Irish people drink a lot. Native American. I mean, when you get to things, if you don't like your reality, you can either go nowhere and change your reality or try to go somewhere and change your reality.
Yeah.
And, you know, it is what it is.
Yeah.
You know, I grew up in New York, in the Bronx. I'll tell you guys a little bit about me, and maybe it helps explain or explains away. But youngest of five, parents, Irish immigrants, three older brothers and an older sister. My oldest brother was 20 years older than me, so I was the change of life baby, the oops baby. You know, my father liked to say that, you know, during the 7 words that he spoke to me over the last 60 years. Listen, this is not therapy, and I want to go on the record right now. If I do the best I can, if if all of us do the best we can with what we had,
that's right,
it'll be a better place. You know, we talk about forgiveness, and the most difficult thing to forgive is oneself.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, 1B and 1C behind that, coming to accept the reality of how we were raised and estimating that they did the best they could with what they had.
Amen.
We have so many more tools, so many more opportunities.
Yeah.
In fact, that was my nickname. My father called me a tool when he wasn't kind of pushing me on towards a religious thing. And I'll get to that in a second. I thought that my dad should have been a carpenter. Mom should have been pure, because everything I did around the house, Jesus Christ, would you? And so I had this Messiah complex early on, which really wasn't a stretch, because 3 older brothers all became Catholic priests.
Really?
Yes.
Every older brother?
All 3 of my brothers, yes.
Damn.
And then the subsequent question somebody asked, and your sister's a nun? No, she became a nurse. So incredibly codependent people, you know, just, you know, trying to save the world and change the world one way for at a time. But
one way for at a time.
You know, It was strange. I mean, if I had 3 older brothers that were cops, I'd have played a lot of cops and robbers.
Right, right.
They brought home their vestments and the chalices and everything and said mass at home for my folks. And over in the corner of the dining room was this little drawer that had all this stuff. And I used to play dress up and would say mass. And I would line up my little toys and stuffed animals and perform mass.
Yeah,
and maybe that's where I developed the affinity for speaking, because I would do a sermon and then pass around the hat. But, I will tell you, Winnie the Pooh's a cheap fuck. Did not need either that or the message was somewhat warped. But, it is a tough act to follow.
Yeah.
I mean,
definitely.
You are the black sheep in the family whose eyes has no pixels and rods, so you just can't see a damn thing. But it was fun, and people always used to say, "And Kevin, are you going to become a priest?" No, 3 strikes and you're out. Or I give them job security if it wasn't for saints like them. If it wasn't for sinners like me, there'd be no need for saints like them. So
that's
gave
a good
them
point.
little job security. Yeah, I grew up in New York. Again, with 4 siblings, it's strange to say I grew up as an only child, but the age disparity created that. And I retreated into a world of books and pursuit of knowledge.
Yeah.
But don't worry, it was just a phase.
Now he's over here quoting Kipling a second ago. I got the If poem up, and he comes out and he's just like reciting it. So,
listen, my Kipling, one of my favorites, of course, is Gunga Din. For it's din, 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 where the bloody hell have you been? Though I've cursed you and I've flayed you by the living God that made you, you're a better man than I, Gunga Din.
There it is.
And now bring me a Fiji. Fuck water. I mean, is this not this is a bigger ripoff than crypto from who?
Even Gronk know that not real money.
Selling water and designer water and instant water. All you got to do is add water. I mean, but
hustler.
Every day I'm
every day else. No, that's I appreciate you giving us a peek. I didn't know that, man. I didn't know that all your brothers was a priest, your sister was a nurse. Just like everybody in service, and like you said, that savior thing. That's real, man. I battle with that personally, so I'm smelling what you're stepping in.
So much. Well, I tell you what, you talked about my shoes. I got big feet, which just allows me to step in more shit. But you talk about shit. I mean, another philosophy. We're throwing out philosophies. Just remember, life is a shit sandwich. The more bread you have, the less shit you got to eat.
Ooh.
So chew hard.
Fucking bars, dude. Wow, you come up there, or did you heard it from somewhere?
No one has anything original.
That's true.
You try so hard to emulate that you replicate.
Most definitely.
I would say, and from a comedic sense, that I would be described as because if something's funny, and nobody, I guess it was Dane Cook that started. No, people were stealing shit. Bacon stole from Shakespeare. Who the fuck are we kidding? If you haven't, you see, now here's the funny thing. I'm working for this mobster in the 70s. He tells me I'm funny, come work for him. Then in the 90s, Goodfellas comes out and says, hey, funny how, and I talk about my story from the 70s, and it's like, yeah, well, I owned it for 20 years before, just the fact that the reality catches up with Kevin. Well, first of all, it's a trend I don't want to see continue, but, every now and then. Yes. Grew up in the Bronx, again, devout, hard Irish family. They grew up during the Great Depression. My mother's.
I was like doing the math. I'm like, hold up, I got you.
Yeah, I know. There's chronological time,
Yeah.
it sucks. You know, I mean, I get upset about trying to. Thank God with all the major innovations now, I don't have to go and there's only 2 clocks in the house that I had to go bizarre and berserk and start pushing more buttons than my ex. You know, I mean, I'm a guy who's, you know, it's always flashing 12 o'clock on my Betamax. You know, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. That little guy is speeding across the thing with my dial-up.
It's playing catch up.
Oh man, I'm telling you, you have mail.
You got the discs still, the AOL discs.
Well, my grandkids are trying to help me get onto MySpace. I'm moving towards Y2K.
You're on the right
jelly.
path, my friend.
Y2K certainly was the Y2KY jelly. I mean, I still think I have crackers and bottles of water and $3 cash left. Remember how it was going to be the end of the world there in 1990? Yeah. I mean, Jesus Christ. Yeah. And instead, we just waited 20-something years. January, 1, 2, 3. No, I swore that I was going to not talk about politics.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love it. I feel you.
Yeah,
we don't, because the whole purpose is we don't want to divide people.
Well, and we were talking about it. And listen, I am an equal opportunity ball breaker. You know, across both sides of the aisle. I'm like the fat mother-in-law sideswiping both sides of the aisle at a wedding, walking up there. I don't care, but it's ridiculous to try and impart. Not that I have any self-importance, but I mean, if there's any message, you don't want to immediately alienate 50% of the fucking audience.
That's right.
You know.
Yeah, we got to be better at that.
You know, rather than looking at our, it's not even uniqueness, our specialness, rather than looking at our commonality.
Yeah.
You know. I don't think there's, you know, they got express lanes here, but there's not like a red lane and a blue lane. You know, people are stuck in traffic. And you know, people are saying, well, now you got the, you know, Thanksgiving coming up and you got the ground rules that started so many years ago about what you can talk about, what you can't talk about. And people say, well, you know, you never used to talk about politics. No, because like, families got together and talked to each other. I got 3 grandkids, and all I know that they must be grown because the tops of their heads look. I mean, look, I'm not complaining because when I need to, you know, get on, I get something from, you know, DoorDash or whatever. I mean, I went through the craziness. I lost my debit card and I had to go change the. Holy Christ! Now I know why people go off the grid. It was just. And I didn't realize how many subscriptions that I had. You know, it's like Netflix and Easy Pass, and you know,
it's all just canceled now.
My goodness gracious! But all right, so we'll talk.
No, that's a good. I like that point though, man. I really do. Like, no matter what it is, express lane or whatever, like we're all dealing with traffic, and I don't think as humans, but especially as Americans, any subject should be off the table. But I do agree with like you said, like, don't alienate 50% of an audience, no matter how you say.
There's a time and place for
it. Right.
You know,
I love that perspective though, because we're all in traffic. We're all dealing with this shit. So it's a good perspective, and I think that we should. You know, I just to touch on it real quick. I went to an event this last weekend with my son. Amazing, man. Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Will. I appreciate y'all fellas for hooking us up. It was Veterans Day weekend, and they had extra tickets to the Lions game to watch our Commanders. And I knew going into it, our Commanders were gonna fucking lose.
Yeah.
Like, right?
I understand. It's like watching a John Wayne movie and rooting for the Indians.
Yeah.
You don't know. You know it's going to end badly. You just don't know what this plot twist
I knew
is going to be.
I knew it was going to be bad. Maybe last year, different story. Oh, yeah, last year. Remember the divisional playoffs, motherfuckers? Anyway, I'll bring up old shit. Or the 1992 NFC Championship. Anyway, I'll bring up old shit.
I remember the game Lions and Redskins at the time when that lineman, Jeff Utley, was paralyzed.
That's some scary shit.
That was like 92, 93.
Yeah.
I moved down here to Virginia in 1983. I've, lived in Virginia 42 years. I only lived in New York 30. It's just that when I was packing had room for the accent, and I kept it.
No, I love it. You guys always, that was a joke I told at Keith's from New York too, at his roast we did for him when he retired from the Marines. Or repurposed his service. That's what we're doing. But remember, I said, how you could tell somebody's from New York? They'll fucking tell you. I've never known any group of people that will ever tell you more of where they're from than fucking New Yorkers. Well, just saying.
With me, I don't have to.
No, you don't have to.
It kind of flashes. May I explain something to you about
Nobody laughed either, so that was fun.
May I explain something to you about Becca?
Yeah, let's talk about him.
He says he's a New Yorker. New York is a big place. New York also borders Canada. I know he's from the island, and God bless him, but, that's like somebody saying they're from the mean streets of McLean.
We love you, Keith. We love you, Keith.
So, either toughen up or don't say you're from New York because you're giving us a bad... I'm just saying.
Oh, my God. Yeah. I mean, you don't get tougher than Keith, though. You know that motherfucker's a martial arts instructor? That he will fuck us up if he hears this shit.
Listen, Keith, I know Keith.
His widow's peak alone will fuck us up. I know
Keith teaches people how to kill barehanded. So I just want to say that this is an exercise of my First Amendment rights. And if you come after me, I also exercise my Second Amendment.
Oh, shit.
So, Keith, namaste.
Namaste, Keith.
Namaste, namago.
I'm going to tell you right now, this was 6 months after the roast, and he's still roasting. I fucking love it, man.
Oh, man, I'm there's too much in life that's a microwave or an air fryer. And a propane grill. Sometimes you got to slow roast, and sometimes you got to get the Kingsford briquettes turning white.
Love you, Keith Becker. Hey, y'all check him out, man. Keith Becker
I'm surprised
comedy.
More people aren't doing that because at this. No, I'm not going to. I am not going to say that more people should use those briquettes because in their warped minds, it's the only thing that they can guarantee in their neighborhood that's going to turn white. And I'm only kidding now because it's the briquettes. Now, I use propane.
I use propane.
Because life is a microwaved situation.
Yes, it is.
I mean, we starting a briquette grill is a commitment in time. It is, you got to be dedicated.
Yeah.
As opposed to just throwing on the propane, boom, 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 gone. I don't want to sound too much like a get off my lawn guy. So I won't.
Oh, man. I do want to tell you about this Commanders game, though. Let me tell you about what happened.
I will listen. I watched it, by the way.
Yeah, it was a fucking trash show. It was garbage. Even if Deron Payne is willing to punch somebody, then things that went off the rails. That's Nick Saban trained. He did that shit for a reason, but that's the frustration. Because at halftime, and this was holy to me, I'm not going to lie, man, I was crying. I never get like this, but they brought out Gold Star families. And these people are all cheering for them. And they're recognizing them and they're telling them their service member who died in action, who was killed in action, a little bit about them. And the camera goes on them and everybody claps. Man, I just fucking came overwhelmed, right? Like it hit me because I'm like, you know what? Tomorrow, these people are going to go back into the world. And, today we're all clapping for them. But what's tomorrow? Like, that's the thing about grief and the thing about passing and like what happens after. Okay. So that choked me up. Right. And then for those service members who had given their ultimate sacrifice of their life for our nation.
Yeah.
All right. You know what I'm saying? Because
it truly is.
It made me cry, man. Just like we couldn't even whoever's saying it, fuck it. It's about the message. It was holy.
If I'm going to be real and true to me,
broke my heart, man.
Resilience that we started out with also means living the truth, being the truth, hoping that you don't alienate.
There you go.
50% of anyone. But what you said just now left me that I can't remain speechless because you talk about the Gold Star families. Hard time compartmentalizing. I try to, and I just recall the grief of those parents, and ironically, I turned 18 during the Vietnam conflict.
Yeah.
And I talked about how I used to read voraciously. And then I was a child prodigy till I hit a slump, I guess, in my teenage years.
Mm-hmm.
And it was interesting. I went to I went to college for a semester and a half and then lost my student deferment. And my draft number came up in the single digits in 71.
Mm-hmm.
And I was called down to Varick Street for my pre-induction physical. And I had knee surgery back when I was 13 years old. As it turns out, look, I'm going to say right now, thank God I got 4F'd.
Yeah.
And because I lost friends who died there, and I lost even more friends who died here.
Yes.
And some of them weren't buried. And
Yeah.
some of them lived their life in hell on earth.
That's right.
And very few of them are still alive today, either through disease,
Mm-hmm.
depression.
Yep.
Many who have felt that there was no alternative,
Mm-hmm.
no option. When you live hell on earth and you survive it, you don't expect the flames to be hotter when you emerge. And sometimes it is. I know a number of people who are in the military, who were in the military, and I always tell people when they ask me the age and the whole thing, I tell them I was ROTC.
What do you say?
Ran off to Canada.
That's right.
So, not really, but
nah, man, you was willing and you went, and I to me it's sad because the same story is now being repeated with our global war on terrorism veterans, where it's OAF or OEF, and I say that so often, and to any veterans that are out there listening, I think in a sense, whether you realize it or not, we get addicted to a life of service, and we get addicted to that connection. You can look up Garrett Biss. He speaks about that a whole lot in his TEDx talk, the trauma that all veterans face. But he talks about connection, authenticity, and meaning. And no matter if you do 4 days or 4 years or 40 years or whatever the case may be, a lot of our veterans who just get out and, go fishing. In my experience of knowing people, if you just get out, run, get as far away from the flagpole as you can, get as far away from the military culture, get as far away from things, because you're exhausted, and that's fair. And I say this often, it's what you just described. This is the God's honest truth. I've had so many friends die by suicide or die from cancer, because like whether it was, there's obviously levels to this, so not everyone, right? But like,
I mean, there's burn pits all over the world.
Exactly. But there's also, I know a lot of what you just described of Walking Dead. Like they're so high or drunk, or, a lot of times we say we pulled out of Afghanistan, we pulled out of Iraq. But I'm going to tell you right now, there's people walking on this North American continent that was once there. They're still in Iraq and Afghanistan in their heads. You know what I'm saying? Like they never really came home. And that's tragic.
And so tragic. Much of it, reminds us almost, I'm speaking to a warrior, and in so many ways we all are warriors, but it's incredible how, the winners write history, but there are no winners.
No, zero.
When we realize, just look at our more recent time, we look that Ho Chi Minh was hailed as the Abraham Lincoln of Indochina.
He was, yeah.
And the whole conflict against the French.
Yep.
And we fast forward a little bit and go to the Caribbean, where Fidel Castro was deemed to be someone that would lean more towards away from the oligarchy and more towards a democracy. But he went to the corner, made a left, and Che Guevara probably made a lot of money off them posters, because every hippie chick that didn't shave her legs had a Che Guevara poster.
Yasmani, I'm talking to you, bro.
And
Jasmani.
We will do what we do to reach the goal. So we say that, and we say hi to Angela Davis.
But it all comes at a cost you can't repay.
Yeah, everybody's your boy till they're not.
Till they're not, yeah.
And that's why
conditional love.
And it's tough to, I'm sure, the transition. We all are going through transitions every day. And,
Yeah.
and a couple of things, I'll talk experientially with my family. I'm a family guy, and two of my grandsons, they're 88 days apart. We call them Brosens, brother cousins. Each of my daughters had kids less than 3 months apart. And they've gone into sixth grade this year, and it's going to middle school as opposed to elementary school. And I think that's the biggest transitional switch in education for anyone.
That is a big one.
Because, in fifth grade, you're the king in a
You
little
said elementary to junior high to middle school. Yeah.
Because, fifth grade, you're the king of the hill. You walk in there and it's sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. Somebody's eighth graders, have full grown beards, and it looks like their wife and kid are dropping them at kissing ride. And here's these kids. So it's a tough transition. They also, after years of playing flag football, signed up and played tackle football for the first time as well. And you talk about a transition. For years, they were told if you hit somebody, it's a penalty.
Oh yeah.
And now they have to hit somebody. And I would dare say that at the start of the season, when they each were contacted for the first time, if it was a fight, they'd have stopped it.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't pretty. They've learned to do that. My retirement was forced upon me.
Mm-hmm.
People that are in service or people separating from service, it is impossible. There is no Men in Black thing to just, click and say you don't remember. When you're told what to do and how to do it, and that is your primary, in fact, you're solitary.
Yeah, it's safe. It's secure.
Really, it's tough. It's almost like people that are incarcerated that are afraid of the outside, because there is a certain regimen that, if I don't have to think about this, and this, then it's easier for me not to think about that. And to be an automaton, and
that happens to some people for sure.
It's I liked it in Catholic school because with uniforms or whatever, you weren't trying to keep up with the Joneses.
That's true. Everybody wearing the same shit every day.
But that's too much like the penitentiary or the military.
Yeah,
or the military penitentiary.
Yeah, it's something when you got to think about what outfits to wear. Because for 20, 30 years, it's the same outfit.
Oh, I know. I'm having a bad hair day too.
So I see it, right? I see it. Nah, man, it's real. Like when when left, it's almost like with sometimes when we have all this free will, we have all this freedom. Like you think about with goddamn like social media and shit. Like we wind up putting ourselves in our own fucking echo chamber if given our own freedom to liken things and to what I mean. And then you only get your feed or your perspective. But stepping out on the world without that security, and that doesn't mean that anybody that's a veteran or even been locked up isn't still a functional human being who can survive. But you get dependent on a system that really meets all your hierarchy of needs.
All right, listen, I tell you, Maslow's.
There it is.
Certainly, Maslow's pyramid would be more like a sphinx these days, because the Sphinx is unknown and the Sphinx has mystery, while pyramids have a symmetry and have a concrete nature to them. So
Let's talk comedy, man.
Sure, let's talk comedy.
Let's talk comedy. You know what I did the other night? I had insomnia, like a motherfucker.
Best thing for that? Good night's sleep.
Yeah, no shit, right?
Oh.
It just comes when it comes. It goes when it goes. But and I'm on Tramadol too, or some shit like that. Trazodone, whatever the fuck it is. But anyway, shit didn't work that night, so I woke up like at 12:30 at night. I went to bed about 9:30. And you know what I did for the next until about 6 when I went back to sleep? I fucking watched the Gartland It's Bad For You fucking special. That last filmed one that he had.
Yeah.
Bro, it's so
he grew up in the Bronx. He got kicked out of high school that my brother graduated from.
Really? Yeah, and then he joined the Air Force and he was a VJ and he had but dude, if you watch that shit, like that was made in 2008. That motherfucker was.
Oh, he's like the Nostradamus of
holy
chuckles.
Shit! Not only that, but if y'all noticed that it's on Prime right now, so you can watch it if you got Prime. You go. I guess it's not really free, but you can watch it on that. It's called It's Bad For You.
I haven't. The only subscription I pay for. Well, sorry,
but on Prime, it's bad for you, the George Carlin from 2008. But man, this motherfucker, first off, he's rocking like orthopedic looking New Balances, which for some reason have become the fucking like trend.
Oh, he was
like the style now.
Hicka hacka hoka. But I tell you, those things make you, I feel like a weeble wobbling. It's like putting on those lift shoes. You know, the ones they advertise at 3 a.m. is supposed to make Napoleon feel like
they used to put them in the East Bay magazines. We were talking about that this weekend.
I was you basically walking in like down my package. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I mean, you know, short guys still get laid, but you know, Irish guys don't.
Oh shit! But yeah, he was rocking those shoes, and they happen to be in style right now with all the young kids. I don't fucking get it. My kid is wearing some nerd fucking shoes. Right, this shit like grandpas used to wear back in the day. I'd never be caught dead in them shits.
Evidently, like a Reebok thing is supposedly, and it's the kind of things that look like Greenspring adult facility kind of thing. But I listen. I ain't knocking any. I mean, you know, people were yelling at Elvis, and I'm sure Bach and Beethoven, and the first guy in the cave. I mean, it is a rite of passage for your folks to hate the shit you listen to, and for you to hate your folks.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Mumble rap.
So it is written, so it shall be.
No, it's funny, man. We all get old enough to say that the next generation's music sucks and their clothes are weird. Like, and you'll eventually start saying, "Get off my grass." Too.
Well, I mean,
I'm not gonna say grass. I don't even cut my own grass.
You know, except for rap, which has evolved so wonderfully, and you know, being from the boogie down, I've always kept abreast.
Yeah.
See that? I said abreast.
Abreast. Ooh, big words. Yeah, and it wasn't even improper.
And you're not even the titular head.
Nah, but I think everything evolves, everything grows. But I never saw that one coming. But right now, if George Carlin walked out, he'd actually look pretty cool in his orthopedic New Balances. And the motherfucker, I still ain't understood what the fuck it means. Maybe you know what the fuck it means. That 6'7" shit? I don't know what the fuck that shit means.
It means nothing, and that's the most beautiful thing. Kids don't want to have their folks get it. As soon as their folks get something,
it's not cool.
They're on to the next thing. Last year it was Skibbity.
Yeah, that Skibbity shit. Yeah.
And Skibbity went. And 6'7" is here, and 6'7" is gonna go. But the beauty of it is that it's meaningless.
What the fuck is it though?
And no, it's an inside joke that adults don't get.
Yeah.
Fuck it. And what does it mean? It means old. Absolutely nothing.
Everybody's laughing and snickering.
See, now 420 means something. It's based in history. Most other things.
Jerry Garcia, right? That's his birthday, right?
No. Well, no, actually, it's Hitler's birthday.
Oh, fuck.
But the whole 420 thing was that's where people would meet in this high school, back behind the high school, and get high. And it was a 420. That's when they met.
Yeah, okay.
You know, had they gone to school in Prince William County or whatever, where the kids got to be at school at 7 o'clock, they'd be it'd be called 220 instead of 420. What the fuck would that do? We'll look up and see who was born on February 20th. There'd be somebody as despicable as hell.
I don't even know, dog. The fucking ChatGPT 5.1 says that's 6'7". It means it's all right, good, but not great. If you want to tell me the convo, and I'll translate it exactly how it was meant, player. That's what my man G just told me on ChatGPT. I don't know. I still don't know, but I will tell you this. And the goddamn special, It's Bad For You, his last film special in 2008, he says 6'7". I don't know even meant in the context it is now, but I'm watching it the other night on Insomnia It Up, and I'm like, this motherfucker's rocking them orthopedic New Balances, and he's saying 6'7". Like, this dude was Nostradamus, dude. He's predicting shit.
That's it. Well, yeah. I mean, I've been often called Nostradamus.
Nostradamus, he got some fucking nostrils.
Yeah. I do
cool.
The Hoovers.
Yeah.
The Hoovers.
Yeah. Your boogers are big.
So, yeah. Oh, I'm telling you, my boogers are boulders, and I ain't talking Colorado.
Oh, shit. What's some things, man? Because I think that all of us need to listen more. I know I do, for sure. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But what's some things that over the years, like you shared some of your journey, you shared, the ups, the downs. Like what's kind of been like a through line or something that's kept you going, in those rough times, in those darker times, and obviously not catastrophically, but like on a day to day. That's what fuck life is. It's moment by moment.
I think I bring my Celtic poetry and negativity, and sense of forbearing to anything. It's like every culture probably claims it and says it, but the Irish are so, I cried because I had no shoes till I saw a man who had no feet. And somebody's always got it worse, and even if they don't, it's important to feel that you're not in last place.
Yes.
So uh, things, throw it out. A win's a win.
Right.
Never run away from a fat cop. He can't catch you, he'll shoot you.
Never run from a fat cop. Oh shit.
Yeah, I mean the athletic ones will run you down and tune you up, and that's okay. But a fat guy. I mean, like that show with William Conrad, William Conrad. The old man Cannon. That guy couldn't catch a cold. He should.
This is life. This is fucking life advice. This is fucking. Yeah. So Celtic poetry and negativity, a sense of forbearing. Somebody's always got it worse. Never run from a fat cop because they'll shoot you.
Yeah,
oh shit.
There's some other things. Never be the last one stuck in the never go to the bathroom when you're with three friends that you can't trust and the check is there. Because I've come out of a bathroom and these guys didn't bolt on the restaurant, they bolted on me. That's another important thing. Never go to bed angry. Don't go to sleep and plot on ways to fucking kill whoever it is that you're mad at. Let's see. Don't worry about. We worry about everything,
don't we? Though, shit.
How do you
combat that?
I mean, think of how your life as a teenager or whatever, how your life was ruined when this girl dumped you, and you thought your world was over. Goddamn, can you even remember her name? Everything is an emergency till it's not, and if it's a real emergency, you'll know it.
Yeah, that's facts.
Unless you don't, in which point you have to have friends. You have to have friends, and the difference is you got friends, you got a lot of acquaintances, you have very few friends. Your acquaintances will tell you what you want to hear, and your friends will tell you what you need to know. And they won't accept fine for an answer. Because fine means fucked up, insecure, neurotic, and emotional. That's the F-I-N-E in fine. And if you call up somebody or stop by to see somebody and ask them if they're fine, it's a superfluous question because you know they're not, or else you wouldn't be there.
Yeah.
So don't ask. Let them start to ignore you and say no once you get to something substantive.
Yeah.
Don't even bother with the, how you doing?
Yeah.
No, I'm here. That gets rid of the awkward introduction.
Well, that says it all too, right? That presence.
And if we don't believe ourselves, we become very skeptical. And how am I going to believe you? And I would rather risk a friendship than risk a friend's life.
Damn. Would rather risk a friendship than to risk a friend's life. Damn.
That's, if you don't ask, you won't know. And it's very important. Right now, I lost a brother of mine in October, Danny. He was 86. One living sibling, my brother Patty, is 90. And he had his kidney, a malignant kidney, removed in July, at age 89 and 11 months, with a Da Vinci robot. He had stage 4 kidney disease, cancer. And here he is now. He's out walking 9 miles a day. The guy's
89 doing that?
90 now.
90 now.
Yeah, he's a beast. And it's, I don't know. Of course, I said it was a hack, the trite stuff. When you point one finger, you're pointing how many back at you. Don't let your moral system allow you to judge others based on you. You can not accept a behavior for yourself. And that, it's like somebody how could they have done that? They weren't in a place that you are. They weren't in a mind that you are. Right. And I've lost a lot of people. I've lost destitute friends who've killed themselves. I've lost successful friends. Success. What is success?
Right.
Success is the legacy we leave for our kids and grandkids, and the ripple in the pond of the people that we touch. Buried a lot of people recently, and the one thing that I notice is that there are no luggage racks on hearses. Go, you go.
Yes.
I'm on a fixed income, and I don't want to be destitute, but I came in with nothing, and I want to leave for my kids and grandkids, just a legacy of laughter, of understanding. And, whatever possessions I got an 11-year-old grandson. It's got a size 11 shoe already. And I wear 14s. And, I told him, he said, "What, can I have your sneakers?" I mean, the kid's real practical.
He's already fucking plotting.
I said, "I'll tell you what, I'll let you use them when I'm alive. I don't want you rooting against me so hard,
Just fucking take them.
I mean, that'll be soon enough. It's like the Incredible Hulk. His feet grow overnight.
Yeah. No, it's true. It's true. They grow. They don't stop growing. But that's funny. He's already plotting on your closet.
Oh, I mean, the kid is I got 3 grandkids, and they're all funny. And again, I learned so much from them, more so, than what they learned from me. And I'm real glad that I failed on February 10th, 1990. That my ineptitude continued for one more occasion, because all that you miss, all that you could miss. It's like that old show with Scott Bakula, the Quantum Leap. What would have happened? What could actually they remade that? And it sucked, but the original was real good. Leap, and I forget the name of the guy. It was a fuzzy-haired, kind of bald-in red-haired comedian who was on that show. Who was one of the voices. I don't know, but I ramble on.
No,
because I'm old.
It's good, man. These motherfuckers are used to me fucking rambling on. But
yeah, I know.
He said, "I know."
That's what I say.
Yeah, thanks for the reassurance. That's and you said
what,
trite.
You need insurance?
I probably do. You said trite. That's like saying something's fucking cliche, right?
Yeah.
But you know what though? I had a friend of mine. Shout out Pelocino. He's actually the maker of the theme song on this when he was going by Monchichi Rex as a producer. But he was on a conversation one time, and he was like, "Bro," like I was like, sorry, man, that's cliche. And he was like, "Bro, it's only cliche because it's fucking true." You know what I mean?
Oh,
and that's how something becomes cliche.
I'm not going to go, look, I'm going to stay politically correct, and I'm going to leave it at this. Every stereotype had a basis in fact, or it never would have stuck.
Mm-hmm.
People can walk down the street and ramble all kinds of shit with aluminum foil on their head, and you don't remember what they say. And there's all kinds of knock-knock jokes and things like this. Did the Irish drink? Yeah. Do white people not be able to dance? Yeah.
Not all now.
There was some basis.
Yeah. Funny's funny, man.
Otherwise, people say outrageous shit all the time. These things got traction. Yeah. And it wasn't just because of racism or xenophobia or this and that. There was empirical evidence, and that's all I'll say. That's all I'm going to say about
funny
that
is
for
funny,
now.
Dog. That's why we laugh at it, because there's humor in truth and there's truth in humor. You know what I mean? And it's just fucking funny. Now, there's always anomalies. Now, nobody should be held back by a stereotype, but to say a stereotype's not fucking hilarious, then why the fuck would we think about fucking stand-up comedy? Holy shit. Thinking about sex, race, money. What's another common thing that, like, no matter what, these jokes will keep being retold and retold and retold. You know what I mean?
There was guys in the cave that they didn't have the sundial or those other things, lady. But you had stand-up guys in the cave, and they at 4 minutes they doused a smaller torch. And in 5 minutes, they gave you the light. And that was it. And if you sucked, you went out and got eaten by a saber-toothed tiger. So,
Don't run the light. If you was a caveman, you get ate. You get eaten, get fed to them. But it's like that, though. But I think it's that's why I love, what we both do in comedy, because, like, to me, it's
scary, bro.
It's fucking
it's
hard.
It's the scariest thing in the world to think that
it's hard.
That I have something that think is funny and I think it's worth your time, and no one has any time for anything. So if you're giving me 5 minutes of your time, I better make it right.
That's right.
But at the same time, I'm 72. I'm not going to be an overnight sensation there in the on the senior circuit,
senior circuit.
Working them senior cruises like that poor lady that got left on the little island. Did you see that shit?
That shit's real. Yeah.
Oh man, make sure you count and look for your bunkmate. Some lady didn't make it back.
Y'all
to
didn't
the
want to have
boat.
a muster, a fucking roster, call off names,
and they just.
Yeah, no, it's scary, man, but it takes a lot of, what's weird about it for me with stand-up, like this, like in every space, right? Even us sitting right now, there's a window behind me, like I'm kind of a little like, right? If I go to any, like, I go to concerts, I go to things, and I'm not just like fucking clearing rooms and like turkey peeking nothing, but I don't feel secure, I don't feel safe, right? And it's just a part of me, and I got ways, cognitive behavioral therapy, I have ways of dealing with this. And Bursopran and all the other medicines that help too. But here's the thing. There's something weird about this. The easiest target in a tactical situation would be the person that's the one center and speaking. But I don't understand what it is. And maybe this is the narcissist in me, maybe whatever. I don't know what it is. But whenever I go up there, right, no matter if it's good night, bad night, good jokes, not good jokes, it's like the one place, I'm not lying to you, bro, I feel in control and I feel secure and I feel safe. That's so weird, because going up to it and stepping on there, it's the most anxiety and fucking nervous and all this shit. But when you get up there,
you control your action.
You're in control.
You don't control their reaction.
Fuck no, you don't.
No, with a long career in the military, you've only controlled part of your actions.
Yeah.
You control the part of your action that you're doing, but not the part of the action that you've been told to do.
Yeah,
so
that's fair.
You have total pride of authorship and ownership.
Yeah.
For those few moments. And the beautiful thing about it is that it is a finite situation.
Yeah.
It's not I have chores. I got, my A list, my B list, my C list. And of course, because we're human, we do the C list first, figure it's a victory, and A and B get so fucking large. It's like Mount Everest. It's so, as I get older and ruminate on things, the, comedians, are egomaniacs with low self-esteem.
Yeah, that's good. Egomaniacs with low self-esteem.
And
wow, that's fucking, that's noteworthy, literally.
I would love to tell you, all I am is the Memorex on that. There's so few things when you get to be so old. There's very few original things.
Oh, most definitely. Yeah, I agree with that.
The only thing original is tomorrow, and it feels like yesterday.
But all you have is now. And
this is true.
That's the beauty of being up there. It's just,
right.
It's that
why
finite.
they call it the present?
It was a gift. I said to somebody the other day, we was at a Marine Corps ball, and this very important individual, good dude, very good dude, but he was standing at the elevator, and I was working security, and I was like, it says a lot by you being here, your presence. You know what they say about the presence? It's like, it's a present. And he was like, he gave me that look like, you're a fucking idiot. And I was like, yeah, have a good night, sir. You know what I mean? I fucked it all up. Like, I looked like George W. when he was like, you fool me, can't get fooled again. Like, I fucked up the whole thing. I started thinking about gifts, like you send people in the fucking phone. I just said the presence is the present. And he was like, yeah, that's what's up. And then I was like, all right, I'm gonna go make sure people ain't doing nothing stupid. Cause I was there as like the drunk Overwatch So to make sure people don't like do anything.
But no, listen, I was at a few functions where Marine Corps functions were occurring simultaneously.
It goes down.
Yeah, and then it's always the 19-year-old kid that you know.
Yeah, you can fuck up your career real quick. You know what I'm saying? Or worse, what I've always seen, and even in my own attempts and dark moments, is that alcohol. I don't know if there's a causation, motherfucker, but there's goddamn sure a fucking correlation with alcohol use and suicide or attempts. Because motherfuckers get drunk, you get impulsive more than you already are. We're already impulsive by nature, or else we wouldn't have been Marines. Yeah. And it leads to it. But that's not mean I'm a prohibitionist. You already know my shtick on that. That shit led to NASCAR and gangster movies.
It's crazy. Like,
I'm gonna add an applause in there.
Convention is almost like when you take your kids or grandkids to the bowling alley. They put those little bumpers up on the side.
Truth.
And you may only knock down one pin, but you're not going to have a gutter ball.
Yes.
And the people in our lives, the conventions in our lives, all life is trying to keep us to avoid the gutter ball.
Yeah. So that's what I was then. I was bumpers. You know what I mean? Have a good time. You could still throw the fucking heavy ball, knock down some pins, but I'm gonna make sure you don't go into the gutter. That was my job. And that's when I said that stupid ass shit to that dude who's a really cool guy, who's a very influential human. And I was like, you being here says so much. Your presence is the present. And he was like, oh, all right. Thanks.
Surprised he didn't have you blow and see. I don't
like this guy's supposed to watch over people. I hope he listens to this. He'll know exactly what I'm talking about because he gave me the kindest, like, okay, have a good night, Cam.
It is what it is. Now, of course, had you walked away and said 6'7", it would have made more sense.
Maybe. I don't even fucking know what that means, but man, I just throw it in there for shits and giggles. Yeah, presence is present. He was like, yeah, fuck yeah.
You know why they call it the present? Because you can't exchange it.
You can't do that. Like, what the fuck did he just say?
Without the receipt, you can't bring it back.
It is not the future. What the fuck? Yeah, I fucked that shit up. So, yeah, that's just how it is, man. But, you talk about jokes that you think are funny. Let me tell you this. So I did this the other night at the open mic at the Palm, and I've been working on this shit for a minute. I think this shit is hilarious. What I need to do is find profound examples. Now, I think that all as human beings, all of us favor our cousins, monkeys and apes, okay? And then the racists get too much, and then I'm like, no, all humans favor monkeys and apes. That being said, there are two animals that every human looks like, one or the other. Birds and turtles. Think about it. You're either a bird or you're a turtle. Nobody fucking laughed. But I'm going to tell you, my kids and I will go places and we'll just be like, hey, bird or a turtle. And every fucking time somebody looks like a bird, the guy, the cashier, be like, bird or a turtle? They'll be like, fucking bird. How about the bagger? Fucking bird, I'm just saying, think about people in your mental Rolodex. Now, I will say this.
Wait a second. I want to self-identify first.
Yeah. You're definitely a fucking turtle, bro. I think I'm a turtle too. Yeah, but here's the thing.
I'm the accidental tortoise.
Yeah, you're a tortoise. I got my tortoises over there, but they sleep.
No, I'm talking about a tortoise when you go on a plane and you go to a new country and you're a tortoise.
Tortoise. He got his camera around his neck and his fanny pack. But anyway, nobody laughed. But I'm gonna die on that hill, and I'm gonna try that joke again. I'm gonna find some more famous examples.
Well, you see, we're mostly in the kiddie pool, and you're in the diving section. That was too deep.
I think it's good though. But here's the thing.
Yeah, but I mean, if you set it up with something, why don't we think about starting somebody up that looks like a turtle? Put it right out there, and you say, "Look, no trouble identifying Mitch McConnell."
Oh, he's a fucking bird. You think so? Nah, he could be a turtle.
No, he's a turtle.
He's a turtle. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Chuck Schumer's a fucking bird.
Chuck Schumer's a bird. Listen, anybody, I don't know. Sometimes turtles got noses too. You ever had friends that came? Well, did you ever have friends? We'll start slow.
So I thought I had one here.
Just people who owed you money. Yeah, people that went to visit Florida or whatever. Souvenir, poor little bastard painted turtles. Remember that souvenir of Florida?
I think I got one over there. Yeah.
Well, I hope it's dead because I haven't. By the way, we breaking for soup?
Yeah, we could do that. Yeah.
No, turtle soup.
Oh, no.
Wax on.
I love the turtles.
Wax on.
See, I got my guard tortoises on duty over there.
Oh, my God.
I touched the microphone. Fucking Irish fucks. You can't let them in.
Lucky I didn't swallow it first.
You can't let them in.
Well, if you let us in, we're not leaving.
You want some more coffee, man?
No, thanks.
Okay, fine then. I didn't want to.
Awkward silence. I mean, that's
pleaser.
okay.
It's just I'm just here to be a server.
All right. So what else, man? You got any more questions for me? The kind of guy that'll just go on for hours and hours.
No,
I would like you to just, ask me some questions.
Ask
me about what?
I usually ask this at the end, but this isn't the end because we can keep bullshitting.
This is the end, my friend.
No.
Jim Morrison.
Oh, yeah. Got you. All right. I will ask you this.
And I will answer.
So, we've spoken a lot about a lot of things, and you've shared, high moments, low moments, all those kind of things. I think a through line in everything, if you can't tell, is his sense of humor, right? Like, I think 72 years old, having, the trials and tribulations you've had, I think humor, from what I take away, is a big thing. But somebody out there right now, statistically speaking, it's just a fact. We always want to say something after. And I've lost friends and I've had those what ifs, what could I have said, whatever. But like somebody out there right now could be on the verge of wanting to take their own life, wanting to die by suicide, wanting to end it all. And they may feel as though they're being doing a favor. If you had the opportunity to, if today somebody's thinking about dying in that way, taking their own life, and you had the opportunity to say something to them, what would you tell them?
I would say that no decision of that magnitude is arrived at easily. And oftentimes when we don't like what we see in the mirror, we talk mistruths to the mirror. And I can't gauge neurophysics. I can only gauge emotions. And I will say, as I had mentioned earlier, that what I thought and what you might be thinking is that this is the selfless way out. That my wife, my kids, my friends, family, anyone that I hold dear would be far better off without me in their lives. And I'm not going to say that that is an arrogance or an ignorance. I'm saying it may be misguided. And when we look at an intersection and we recognize that there had been an accident the day before, and the tow trucks have gone, and the traffic has dissipated. In the morning sun, you look and you see the glint of glass, a red reflector, a little bit of metal, trace of what was that wreck. And it never goes away. Those of us, Maine, are forced to come to grips with the fact that the wreckage cannot be swept away, cannot be hosed away, that wreckage is something that lives within all of us. And with it, that guilt that I didn't see the signs, I didn't say enough, I didn't do enough. That may well be true, but if all we want to do is be heard, it requires a dialogue and trust. Otherwise, we're talking to that mirror that we lie to. So let go. There is, at this point, once that decision has been reached, and there is a plan, and there is a means, and in my case, historical proof in a note. Understand that dialogue is required. Perhaps we've guessed in the past and we guessed wrong. Please don't make us guess and then regret. Please reach out to someone, anyone. If our families have judged us and our friends have left us, reach out to a stranger. Perhaps it'll be me. Perhaps it'll be Cam. Perhaps it'll be someone that will allow you to look back and, without being trite, recognize that the day that you reached out is indeed the first day, not of the rest of your life, but of your life. Because like a phoenix rose from the ashes, you can rise. It's not bullshit. This is not theory. This is practical application. Life sucks. life continues to suck. But you got to punch your ticket every day.
That's right.
And keep on punching. Cam, I appreciate you being with me today.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you.
You know, I'd love to do this again, sometimes on a more jocular, more political vein.
Give me a few more months and we'll get there.
I'll wait till 26.
You know what? We should start our own show.
I have things to say.
Same here. Same here. No, we should start our own fucking show.
We'll call it Camma and the Jamma.
Bro, thank you. That was, fucking thank you, man. I love you. I appreciate you. Like, and you know, real talk to that, man, as somebody who survived that, because that's what it is. You're a survivor. I'm a survivor. But anyway, sorry, I went Beyonce there. Real talk, though.
No, I'll go Marley. The Black Survivor.
That's a good song.
Do you listen to reggae?
Fuck yes, I
do.
I
have to now because I'm a Rastafarian Buddhist.
Rastafarian Buddhist, there he is.
That's right.
But no,
I got the bells and the smells, if you know what I mean. These are cola nuts. These are my nuts. The difference. Jeffrey Holder, great Broadway actor.
Oh,
actually, Jeffrey Holder was in The Wiz. I grew up in the Bronx. Are we done? I guess.
Nah, man, we keep going. We can keep going.
I'll tell you this story about that. The horrible, racist Bronx that I grew up in.
Yeah.
Back in the, I guess, I don't know, 75 or so. They're buddies of mine worked in Manhattan, and they worked on Broadway as stagehands and electricians and putting together things, et cetera. And what they did for opening night of plays, the construction crew or whatever, they would give them tickets.
Yeah.
And I'm up in the bar in the Bronx, and we're hanging out, and this guy who was a stagehand, anybody want tickets? You know, I got tickets for this play tonight. What is it? Colored people in The Wizard of Oz. I don't understand.
Yeah, you just say racist ass Bronx. Yeah.
I took it.
Yeah.
I took the ticket. I went down, and I saw opening night of The Wiz.
Wow.
Ease on down the road, and it was amazing because even though I thought I was free in the Bronx, I lived in a ghetto because I lived in the Bronx and I lived in a neighborhood and I didn't see much beyond that. And people came from all over the world to go to Manhattan and experience Manhattan, and we grew up in our own little enclave, our ghetto. And it was tough to break out of it. And now I don't live in the ghetto, but I feel like I do because I'm under the thumb of the Homeowners Association. I'll tell you what, you can be this side of the aisle, that side of the aisle. There's one thing in common that we all hate, and that's Homeowners Association. And I'm going to leave you with this, even though it's not political. I fear that this country is becoming the Homeowners Association of the world. You got to do this. You got to paint this. You got to do this. You got to do that. Make sure your garden looks good before you go on my property. All right? Thank you very much.
That's Kevin Gartland, everybody. That's Kevin Gartland. Hey. Hey, real talk though, man. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. Yeah, he got pee again. He got pee. Hey, we are sponsored by nobody, baby. And I want to tell you too, this show is no reflection of any official organization or anybody or endorsement from.
Or Ireland, or country.
No, anything. All right, this was just two fucking guys
just shooting shit.
Shooting the shit.
That's right.
So don't try to get me canceled and shit. But I'm gonna tell you right now, man, what you said was so beautiful, and I appreciate you, man. I love you. Thank you. And if you'd carried out on the decision, I'd have never fucking known you. You never know who or what is coming down the road of life, folks. Keep smiling, and like my man said, keep punching your motherfucking ticket. Keep punching. Much love. Out.